Tough loss. Tough loss. I apologize to my kids because a 4-point swing was on me. I went to half court. I saw Shamira was cramping. She was rubbing her legs. They hadn't gotten to their play. So I'm calling, trying to get the ref's attention that I got a kid hurt. She said, okay, I got you. I turn around. 2 seconds later, I'm stuck with a tee on the baseline of an official that didn't know what was transpiring, and they didn't come back and correct the call. Frustrated? Sure. But it's still on me in that regard, and I put my kids at a disadvantage. We probably played the best defensive quarter of the season in the second quarter. They turned around in the fourth quarter, and we flipped it. 6-15, fourth quarter was 15-6. I told our kids we have to have a next man up mentality. Our leading scorer, second leading scorer, Jaden Mason was not here tonight as she deals with personal tragedy in her family. We pray for their family, we uplift their family, and I thought our kids did a good job of fighting, stepping in to fill the gap. The collapse in the fourth quarter is just something that's still early in the season. We just have to get better and trust and execute. I had to log some kids some heavy minutes, 3 kids over 30 minutes. I had to play Kiera Love 39 minutes and 30 seconds as we were down 2 point guards. And some of our decision-making wasn't the best down the stretch. I take ownership of that in trying to compose my kids and get them to just do what we normally do and not feel frantic as the game was approaching. But it's a frustrating loss, but we'll get better. We'll get better.
Coach, I'm John Holman from the Southern Illinoisan. You answered some of my questions with your statement,
yeah.
But 2 points, I think, in the last 8:05 in the ball game. Obviously didn't shoot well. Were you concerned that, in looking at it, that you kind of rushed some shots and turned the ball over an awful lot there in the fourth quarter?
Yes, we rushed some shots. 23 turnovers against a team whose press didn't bother us, but we got into a hurry. And what I try to tell our kids is our offense sometimes is the structure. And most times I give them freedom to make reads. But when I'm trying to slow the game down so we can execute, they had some key players in foul trouble, and I wanted to pick on certain individuals like they picked on our 3 that they were able to get in foul trouble. I thought the tempo was just rushed, and our decision-making was a little rushed there. But in protecting them on that critical turnover when we were up 1 with 30 seconds, I should have used my final time out there to protect our kids.
You feel like this is a learning experience for your kids? Feel like they should grow from this experience? You know, or do you just not really grow nearly as much after a game that you should have won?
I mean, when you win some games, you don't grow from games sometimes that you win that you probably shouldn't have. When you know you snuck one away, and I wish that was the case tonight, because sometimes when you get those wins, you know, you just feel the adrenaline and you're like, okay. But as coaches, you look at the film and you know that you got away with murder during that game. Turning the ball over like we did, we're not a young team in that regard. We needed to take care of the ball. But I do think, to answer your question, there has to be a learning lesson from that. And we'll watch the film and how we manage that going down the fourth quarter.
I think, just to follow up on one of the things you said about how you were frustrated, is this something that you look at it as a non-conference game, and something that, you know, if you're going to lose one like this, it's better lose a non-conference game than lose a conference game like this?
You know, any game like this, we play them. We play them to get ready. And I go back and forth. Over looking at scheduling of, do you go schedule folks that, you know, you go get the 40, 50-point wins that you see some teams getting right now, or do you schedule folks that are going to make you better? And I got to believe that these type of games will make us better because we've been in the situations before.
Just a quick thought on Playa Williams. She had a pretty solid game. Before you hit a big 3 down the stretch,
yep.
Try to keep you in the ball game in overtime.
Yep.
But
The biggest thing for Williams that I got from her and Sierra, I thought we shot the 3 way too much last game, and for her to get to the line 7 out of 8, she knew in that last game that free throws were critical. which I think I saw her as I was walking up to media. She was shooting after the game. We did pressure free throws all week, and we shot it a little bit better, considering we didn't get there enough. But with her, I'm proud of her and Shamira's effort to go to the attack.
Last question, Purdue, Fort Wayne really hurt you down in the paint late in the second half, fourth quarter. They were really doing a good job of getting the ball down low and finding ways to score. How correctable is that? Is that just they're having bigger bodies down than
you got to correct it, but we play defense with our guards for a reason like that. And when they're making direct passes like that, we got to give our post a chance to get around. A lot of times, I hate the phrase wall up because a wall doesn't move. And we get our hands up straight, but our feet aren't moving. And that's why I hate that term wall up, because it's got to be something else, because our feet aren't moving and we're giving them angles to the rim. But that's something that we'll correct. Yeah, we're smaller, than we've been down there, but we're still quicker. But we can't be complacent and let people cut our face and get position.